What up, YouTube? It is Saturday night. Means we're gonna go live. I've been meaning to come back to making videos, but I don't know when that's gonna be because I just don't know. I haven't even been thinking about it. So just dealing with other stuff in life, You know how it is. I'm gonna go ahead and invite people to the stream. This party started. Oops, wrong chat. Let's see if anyone wants to come on and chat. I think Marcel put out an article today about lawyers in the EU. If you don't know, Marcel's a lawyer himself, so he's been doing a series on expandinguniverse.com about lawyers within Star Wars. So obviously the EU, that is. In fact, I haven't even told Matt this, um, or anyone. Well, I've told a few people, but I'm writing an article which I'm planning on making it again. I have to talk with Matt about it. I'm sure he would love it, but um, it's a series on the different imperial remnants that are in the EU. Um, so like the Pentastar Alignment or the Iriadu Authority or Greater Mount Druid. Now, my inspiration for this was Empire of War, Thrawn's Revenge. If you don't know what that is, expansion, which was a called Forces of Corruption in it, an official expansion that is, and it had another faction in. I think it's like some sort of criminal syndicate. I don't remember the name of it. But over the past few years, a guy named Corey from Corey's Datapad, he's been making some EU mods. So he's made two big ones. So he's made Thrawn's Revenge, which is a post Jedi mod, and then Empire Fall of the Republic, which is a Clone Wars mod. There's been a lot of mods over the years, but those are some of the more popular ones, or probably the most popular ones. Um, I play it all the time, but in Thrawn's Revenge, he has all those factions in the Greater Maldarud, Penasar Lama, Ariadu Authority, Zenja's Empire. Um, I don't know what others he may have, but he has all those factions in there. So it's fun to play those factions. And it's really kind of because I've never heard of factions like the Greater Maldarud or the Iriadu Authority. I mean, I've never heard of any of those. Um, so it's kind of inspired me. Well, let's do some research on these different remnants and their history, and let's write an article about it. So, it's probably going to turn into multiple articles. It's going to be a lot because I've written 3 pages on the imperial, like the main imperial remnant alone, and I didn't even touch on the Fell Empire. So I plan on doing that though. What
What's
up,
going on? Hello.
It's very dope. What's up, Al? What up,
Hey,
Iron?
Al.
Love
Hello,
this
Iron.
letter. I don't actually watch the podcast. I like Eckhart Slider. His older videos are a lot than his new ones.
Agreed.
Doesn't that mostly? Yes, most of those Imperial remnants come from Western games. Though, like some of them, like for example, Darksaber had a lot of them. I think Pterodoc, one of the Pterodoc brothers for Greater Maldarud, is in Darksaber, and then I believe a representative. I think it was the leader of the Iriadu Authority was also in Darksaber. Darksaber has a bunch of warlords in that book. If you read the book, you know why. Max is on, indeed. But I'm excited because I've always, we're always talking about these
Hello,
remnants. But
Al. Hi, Iron. How you doing, Lance?
what?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm all right. You know how I'm doing.
Yeah,
Nah,
I
I'll be.
haven't been on one of your streams in like forever.
No one has. I haven't even. 'Cause I haven't been streaming.
Is this
But I'll be. I'm
lagging?
coming back soon.
Am I lagging at all?
A little bit.
Am I lagging? A little? Oh, fuck.
Just a little.
Oh, I
Only
think I
vaguely
know.
remember the
Hold on.
details. The darks. Yeah,
Okay,
but
maybe that'll.
I'll touch them all in the article. I'll touch them all and more. So, because even that book didn't fully show us the different warlords, because there's still so many more. Like, for example, I think probably the most powerful of all the warlords was Artus Kane. I don't even know if you guys know who that is, but he's the leader of the. He was the successor to Tarkin. So Tarkin's sector. Artus Kane. He ended up taking. He became the Grand Moff of that sector after Tarkin's death. But after Endor, he kind of split off. He was the
Rip.
original owner of Bastion. So that's so. Anyway, I'll talk about it in the article. But he had a Superstar Destroyer.
Which is
Um, one of the one of the very fews. He had one. I think Zinch had one too, didn't he? If I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Um,
I have one.
yeah. Let's see.
What
Isar
have
had
you
one.
been
Obviously,
reading,
Vader had one.
Lance?
Bloodlines. So
Bruh.
I'm still reading that freaking book. I don't even read so
Bleh.
much anymore. I've been doing other stuff. It's gonna be a while before I get finished with Legacy of the Force. Um,
And
I
you've
don't know if
not
he had two.
started
There weren't very many of
like
them.
supernatural encounters?
Have I started Supernatural Encounters?
Well, yeah, no, you
Is that what you
haven't
asked?
yet, I assume.
No,
Yes.
no, I haven't.
Damn. I
Well,
just
you'll definitely. I actually just
finished
started that section about
book 5
kind of started
of
mine.
Supernatural Encounters.
Well, I have it on. Well, I was gonna put it on my shelf like with all my other books, but for some reason the book is so big, and I don't have a paperback. The book would like fold
For
on
some
itself
reason.
on the shelf. So I had to put it. It's just sitting at the top of my shelf right now because I don't want it to get damaged, obviously, but I don't want it to bend or. I should have got a hardback, but I don't
He
have money for
said
that.
for some reason it's so big. And there's plenty of reasons why that book is that big, and my God. So yeah, no, like on Super Literary Encounters the other night, we did 4 hours for 4 chapters. 4
Yeah, I saw
chapters
that.
equated to 4 hours of discussion. That's insane. But it was so
Yeah, I
fun,
saw.
and future streams are probably going to equate to being that long or maybe even longer, because of just the sheer amount of shit that happens in this book. Book 5 especially is just insane. So, oh man. Big super lit, that's for sure, Al. Big time.
Singe had
And
two at one point. I don't think he did. I think I only had one. There wasn't many. There was the Reaper, which is Artist Kane. There was the Executor, which is Vader's. The Lusanka, which was Isard's.
Dala had
Um,
one at one point, remember? in post in was Dark Saber, she had one, didn't she? The Night
actually, I don't
Hammer.
remember her having one. An
She
SSD.
had the Night Hammer spelled with a K because she hated
Look,
Jedi.
it's
And then
been
like
freaking years since I read Darksaber.
I'm pretty
Oh
sure it
yeah,
was in
okay, it
Dark
is.
Saber.
The Night
Yeah, it was.
Hammer was a black Executor class Star Dreadnought, constructed
Yes,
in secret by. It was made by Sander Del Vardis. That's the leader of the Ariadi Authority, and appropriated by Admiral Natasha Dahl after Del Vardis' death at her hands. Interesting. So
based.
that's a unique one though, because it's black,
Oh, that's right,
which I guess
because she
makes it.
killed them all.
Yeah, Yeah, she took their forces.
Doll is so cool.
So there's that
And
one.
then
I don't.
she's also in the Sword of the Jedi books, which is really cool.
Raid Squadron, or wait, was he trying to get a second one at Lost Book? I know he. I don't think he lost to Lusaka, but I do know that during the Orenda campaign, he lost. He was trying to get the Reaper. I think they were. I don't remember, but that takes place way after Raid Squadron anyway. The Orenda campaign was started after Pelion took control and founded the Imperial Remnant, and it's obviously around the planet Orenda. And in fact, Orenda was the first capital of the Imperial Remnant before he moved it to Bastion after the Penastar alignment merged. Let me show you guys this picture here. Yeah, I've seen this before. It's kind of like an iconic image at this point, but this is the Battle of Orenda. So that's the Lusanka, that's the Reaper. That was Artis Kane's ship. But
Based.
after the New Republic kills Artis Kane, Pelion takes this ship, and it becomes a flagship in his fleet, or in the Remnant's fleet. So that's a pretty cool image, isn't it?
Very based.
And this ship right here, that's an Endurance Star Destroyer. That's that's a carrier version of the Nebula class Star Destroyer. I learned that from Empire War.
Look at you, Admiral.
Well, that's the cool part of it. And Titus has even told me this. It's like we've learned so much more about Star Wars, at least in terms of like the ships and whatever, through Empire War and like what they do.
Yeah.
So let me read about the Orenda campaign. Um, Capturing Orenda at 6 of the system within a few weeks before digging in at Lanal. At the same time, they were to cover subjugate. Well, I want to read about that battle. That's Reaper and Lusanka, as well as 181st and Rogue Squadron, fought numerous skirmishes in the Mid-Rim. Helen himself took Corinthia aboard the Reaper, or Corthenia aboard the Reaper, while Finier's 181st conquered Hewitt and Tartaglia. I know they lost. I know the New Republic lost this campaign. I don't know. You can read on Wikipedia. I really want to get into Empire War. It's fun, man. I'll show you on Discord if you want.
I don't know if I'd have the patience to play it.
Yeah, it's one of those games where you have to devote a lot of time, especially with the mod, because the mod and the base game they're not completely different, but the mod the mod is a lot more complicated than the base game is.
I'm more of a Battlefront 2 Jedi Academy type of girl, you know? That's like my shit.
Well, I was too until I started playing Empire War, but Empire War is
I like
in a lot of ways it's a role playing game.
Is there like a Yuuzhan Vong like mod on there or something? Like, can you get like coral stickers?
There is a Yuuzhan Vong War mod. It's called Age of Legends, which is a mod that has a bunch of other factions too. It's kind of like Thrawn's Revenge, but
they have one for like
that mod is just the mechanics of that mod is not as good as Corey's mod. But Thrawn's Revenge, they're planning on adding the Yuuzhan Vong and stuff to it. But what was I gonna say? Corey's been working on another mod called Revan's Revenge. It's an Old Republic mod he's been working on. So he's probably been focusing a little bit more on that one than adding to Thrawn's Revenge. But he's planning on having stuff all the way up until like Legacy of the Force.
Ooh,
So
the Anakin Solo in there. That'd be cool.
right. So
Stealth
that's what
X's
he's
and
planning
shit.
on. What's up?
Hmm. Have like stealth X's and shit.
Yeah, that'd be freaking cool. Yeah, that'd be great. I've talked to Titus about him showing me and Comfort Eagle the ropes, but just have to work out time of day. Well, he's on vacation right now, but I can teach you, show you. At least I say teach. I can show you.
Pass on what you have learned.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fun game, man. It's really fun. Now, here's what I did was just to get a handle of the controls and the general premise of the game. I did play the base game a little bit, and then I started on the mods. Like to be honest though, you don't even need to do that because like I said, the mods are so different that the base game is almost full. Like Titus doesn't play the base game at all. He plays the mods. He does not play the base game. So, which makes a lot of sense.
So is it entirely like ships, or is it like is there like commanding like ground forces or anything?
Yeah. So in order to take planets, you have to obviously take out their space forces, and then you have to invade the planet. And then
Okay.
after you successfully invade the planet, you have to start building. You have to build a. If it's for the New Republic, you have to build a Senate building. If it's for the Empire, you have to build a Moff Palace. So then you build those kind of buildings, a Senate building or a Moff Palace, and then you build barracks and factories and shipyards and other buildings, tax collection agencies for your money making worlds.
Wow.
You build stuff on the planet and then you use the planet to build more ships, and the more planets you have, the more ships you can have, the more money you have.
Hmm.
So it's it's a war game, but there's politics involved too, which I think is kind of
Yeah.
cool. So politics meaning like you for the New Republic, you can vote for the next, if you want Borsk Thalia. Now, each
Yeah. Yeah.
like potential chancellor has like if you vote Borsk Thalia into office, Admiral Akbar, you can't play him as a hero no more if Thalia is in office. However, it unlocks the Bothan assault cruiser on Bothawi. So and then
Hmm.
there's a Celestin that you can choose. I don't remember his name or her name. I don't remember their gender, but um, you can vote him into office, and he will give you bulwarks and other sort of benefits. So,
Damn Bothans.
so you can vote for your different chancellor. You can vote for a chief of state, I guess. Talking about the New Republic here. You can build the Jedi Order. If you capture Yavin 4, you can build the Jedi Academy. Um,
Hmm.
so it's a lot of fun. And then as the game goes on, um, as because it's like the game, there's eras in the game. So as you continue on with each era, you can unlock like there's something called for the New Republic. There's the new modernization program, which is actually an in-universe concept. If you buy that program, you can get a bunch of new ships, and you upgrade your ships as the game goes on. It's kind of like how it would actually be in universe. So it's a lot of fun.
Hmm. Based.
You can guilt Luke into finally getting off his ass, starting. In my
Hmm.
main collect conquest right now that I'm playing as the New Republic. I'm at like 25 ABY. I have yet to establish Jedi Order, but I've conquered most of the galaxy. But no Jedi Order. It's just Luke and Kyle taking the charge.
That's all you need.
Then again, I still haven't even met Thrawn yet in my playthrough. It's not lore accurate, but it's interesting. You can play. There's just a normal Galactic Conquest where you're on a faction. You have to just take over the galaxy. You have free reign. But there are other game modes where you're playing a specific time period. So it's a lot more lore based in that way. So it's a lot of fun.
Sounds like it.
You can play as Sign Sov. He's in the game.
Oh, I
Firmus
remember that thing.
Nance. I don't know. Do you remember Firmus? Have you read Black Fleet Crisis?
No.
No. Well, then you won't know who Firmus. In fact, a lot of the ships that Empire or the mod has is actually from Black Fleet Crisis, like the Nebula class Star Destroyer. That comes from the Black Fleet Crisis. Obviously all the Yavitha, because the Yavitha are in it too, are in Empire War. So, in fact, they're kind of like a pest because they'll say, "Hey, we're gonna start invading the galaxy," and then they have like a Super Star Destroyer and a bunch of other Star Destroyers, and they're a pain. Black Fleet's pretty. I'm gonna have to reread it because I did not like it when I first read it. I thought it was boring. So it definitely deserves a reread. Those books are a lot more like space battle oriented. They're called the Black Fleet Crisis. I mean, it's pretty cool though.
Can learn about
Do you
the
remember do you remember the Mediator the Star Cruiser from Unifying Force, Max?
yes. Yes.
That's an Empire War.
Hmm.
In fact, the Mediator it's the successor ship to the Home One.
Yeah. Okay, now I remember.
Yeah. So like in the game you'll be told, "Hey, buy Mediators on Mon Calamari." If you buy a Mediator, if you buy Mediators, then obviously the Home One is going to be retired, but
Yeah. Do they have like the other ships from the Vong War, like the Ral Roost and everything?
I don't think so.
Rip.
I don't think
Always
so.
wanted to know what that ship looked like. I think it's a Bothan ship, so those damn
They may have
Bothans.
it. I don't know. I haven't really, and at least in my playthrough, I've not invested in Bothan tech. I just haven't needed to. But
A Bothan assault cruiser. Okay, so that's what it looks like.
yeah, but I don't really need Bothan assault cruisers. I have what I need.
Good, don't affiliate with those damn creatures anyway. Screw the Bothans.
Well, the only time I need Bothans in that game is each side has you can send spies to different worlds. So, like for example, the Empire they would send probe droids, and you can see what each world has in terms of their fleet and their ground forces. If you send in a spy, so for the New Republic, you send Bothan spies to each world to see what they have before you invade them.
That's right, Al.
Well,
Anti-Bothan League.
what is this Hand of Thrawn? Well, there's a duology called Hand of Thrawn.
No, I guess because there's
Hand of Thrawn.
Bothan. Hey.
The Hand of Thrawn itself in universe is he's like, what is this Hand of Thrawn? Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, what?
All right. I
I
gotta
wish we
say
had a
also,
picture of that.
I know it's not like EU canon, but reading the Sword of the Jedi books makes you kind of despise Bothans a little more. So, and I've been reading those, so like, fuck the Bothans, man. Plus, just those bastards in Battlefront 2 with their stupid incinerator guns. It's like, fuck off.
Very interesting.
Lance, did you know that that Paw Patrol connects to supernatural encounters?
Doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It's just a thing.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm positive. It's
Next
just
thing you know, we'll have Thomas the
it
Train
was
hanging out in other
cited during one
states.
of our streams, and it was that was cited on our last stream. We're talking about fucking Thomas the Tank Engine and shit, and then Paw Patrol and everything. It was all because like I don't know, it was weird because like the Paw Patrol universe is in just like a constant state of like emergency, so it's like a fascist state. It's so weird. It's like this whole lore that Marcel told us about, and now we can't stop talking about it.
That's funny.
It's weird. Good shit though.
You're driving Marcel mad with Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh man. I can't wait for you to start the book though. I think you're gonna like it.
I hope so. I don't want to not like it. That would kind of suck.
And we've got all of our super lit streams to kind of refer to when you don't get something. You don't, you can go in and see if we can find when we talk about it and maybe get a new perspective.
Maybe.
That's what it's there for, so people, look back on it, and if they didn't get something, maybe our insights might help them.
Right.
So, but it's otherwise just very fun.
It better be fun.
It is very fun. I'm telling you, this book has been like the biggest challenge and the biggest blast I've had. It's been so much fun. And then just the challenge of it. Like no other book in the world can intimidate me now after reading this. Be it
Really?
size or content or words, nothing will ever intimidate me after tackling supernatural encounters.
The trial and transformation of our whole extra fun.
It's exactly, Al. It's like climbing the book equivalent to Mount Everest. It really is. And I'm past the halfway mark now. And I'm at the precipice of book 6, which is the final book in the book. Good
Nice.
shit.
I wish I kind of wish he would have released the books in stages, like by their individual books. That way it's not this big old 1,000-page book.
Oh, well, you can get the 2-volume unillustrated version when it comes out.
I don't know.
I'm gonna get it just to have it, just for like collectible purposes.
Well, I have no money.
Well, I don't. It's not coming out for probably a while, so I don't think you have to worry about it. Yeah, Al, you've got till Wednesday to catch up. I forgot which chapters we're covering next on Wednesday, but I don't know. I think I think there's gonna be some crazy stuff that we're covering in that one, and I've got like all right. So I did my notes. I did like Supernatural Encounters Book 5 notes Part 1, and I've got up to 7 parts. Just like so many pages just full, like from top to bottom of notes. It's crazy.
My mom is watching Saw right now.
Ew.
What's wrong with Saw?
I don't like those movies, man.
Oh, they're
Creepy.
fun.
I can't stand like horror or anything, nothing like that. Can't do that. It's not my jam. I'm too much of a baby.
Ba ba bum, ba ba bum, ba 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 bum, ba ba bum.
But the theme song is a tune, to be fair. So I had, I gotta give it that. Saw Patrol. No way.
Can y'all hear it?
No, I can't hear it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's downstairs and she has it on full blast.
No, I can't hear nothing.
Ba ba bum, ba ba bum, ba 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 bum, ba ba bum, ba ba bum, ba 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 bum, ba ba bum.
They tried to make that happen post Barbenheimer. Huh. Oh, I remember that actually. Okay, because Saw and Paw Patrol were coming out at the relatively the same time. Okay, and now both of them are no longer playing in theaters. We lost Paw Patrol like like a couple days ago at my theater. But now we have
Are they
like
making a Paw Patrol movie?
they
No,
did make
what's
it, yeah.
never heard of it till now.
Yeah, and then now the new Trolls movie is out, so agony, and I have to work tomorrow. Wish me luck, people.
Oh, it's a Canadian movie. Oh, it's gonna be bad.
What, the Paw Patrol movie?
Yeah, it's gonna be
It
bad.
already came
I think
out.
Kim Kardashian's in it. Chris Rock is in it.
What the fuck? Wait, Kim Kardashian's in the Paw Patrol movie?
Kristen Bell's in it.
Why is Kim Kardashian in it? What the hell?
Serena Williams is in it.
Weird. This is all very weird. Well, at least it's not Minions. That's true, Al. I had a horrific experience working at the movie theater when Minions came out. That and Sonic were the worst. Mario sucked ass too. Mario was the worst experience I've ever had at the movie theaters. Being an employee there, of course.
Imagine.
It was not good. Like it made me switch to being an usher for like a week. I couldn't do it anymore in box office.
That sucks, I bet.
Yeah, it was horrible.
The Paw Patrol lore is too much for my mind.
You're sensing a pattern. What pattern is that, Al? Oh, that I don't like kids movies? Yeah, no, I just don't like kids. Well, I like kids, but like when they're not annoying. That's the thing. It's just they can't be annoying. Kids movie. Yeah, I know exactly. Kids movies are all the bad experiences. That and like the designated like old people movies, those are the most annoying as well. Because
I bet you
old
hated when what was that movie?
what?
Um that conservative one about
Oh, Sound of Freedom.
yeah, how was that?
That was horrible too. It was just all old people. It's just all old people, and I hate old people. They're so
Aren't
inconsiderate at the
that
theater.
bad.
They're so inconsiderate at the theater, and they're so annoying, and they complain and bitch about everything. And
Yeah.
oh my god, they're so and then they like spit on their money and shit. It's like it's so gross. Ugh. They're nasty. And then and then the other day, like last week, like I had a day where like everyone just like all of my customers just unanimously decided to smell like shit that day. And it all like went through to like my little box office window and it was just horrible. The olds. Hell, I am anti the olds. The old ones. The old
The
ones.
old ones.
Children of the architects. Damn old people. But yeah, Sound of Freedom was a bad experience. But I think A Man Called Otto was really worse in some ways as well. That and like Where the Crawdads Sing and Top Gun. I hated Top Gun. Top Gun is easily the worst experience I've ever had working. No, that's not true. But at the theater, Top Gun was horrendous. That was a really bad day or bad like months. We need legislation to ensure everyone who comes in while I'm working has bathed at least 5 times a day, or better yet, they just don't come in. I agree, Al, 100%.
It's a shame that Jim Caviezel is part of QAnon because he played his
I wouldn't doubt
Passion of the
it.
Christ movie is one of the greatest. It's the greatest Christian movie, but it's just a good movie in general. He did a really good job in that movie. He learned like Aramaic, which is an ancient Semitic language. He learned that language for the movie.
The problem is that like Jim Caviezel thinks like genuinely that he's like the next Messiah, so it's like that's like the issue people have with him.
Well, I think his
I've never
he
seen it, so I can't say.
he radicalizes Catholicism. That's what he does, and that's what it boils down to.
Yeah,
So
I've never seen it. I didn't even know about it and that it existed before Sound of Freedom
it's a.
happened.
I think those who, whether you're Christian or not, you would. It's a good movie. It's very gory. So just forewarning if you plan on watching it, which I know you probably don't, but or
No.
won't watch it, but
I'm
it's
very
good.
particular with the movies and television things that I watch.
We had to watch Passion of the Christ in school right before everyone went to confirmation. Oh, that's
You know what
interesting.
I watched in school? We watched Shawshank Redemption in school. And
That's
300. We watched 300 as well.
it is Saw for Christians, to be honest. Not as bad as Saw. No, but it was cool because it's interesting. They actually hired a woman to play Satan, which is interesting because if you know anything about Satan, you know he was the most beautiful of all the angels. So they hired a beautiful woman who looked fairly masculine to play Satan. So
Oh man.
and it was a really good performance. Everyone in that movie did really good acting wise,
Saw for Christians.
and it was pretty biblically accurate. It wasn't. It didn't really stray away. Just finished
Not a
Truth Record and the entire Jedi Prince series back to back this week. Now I'm moving on Shadows of the Empire. How are things
nice.
going? They're going good. Looks like things are going great for you.
Shadows of the Empire is dope. Shadows of the Empire is a fantastic book. Super fun to read.
Minus Prince Shizor and Leia.
Although it was very satisfying watching Shizor get kneed in the balls by Leia. So that's always fun.
I know what's his name is probably not going to agree with this, but he was honestly enjoyed Prince Shizor better than in Bounty Hunter Wars than Shadows of the Empire.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah.
Alex not agreeing with that, right?
Lance, did you read the book it's based on? Yeah, a little bit of it. I haven't read the whole thing, but I read a little bit of that book.
What book?
It's talking about the Bible.
Oh, I was
Well,
thinking it
I
was
mean,
more.
I've read almost all of the Gospels, so I can say yes because it's based off the Gospels. So Oh. Even I think even those who are atheists, or maybe not atheists, maybe that's not the right word. Those who are not Christian, I think they could. I think they could read the Bible and enjoy its literary elements. So, because the book has to be brilliant if it's changed the world multiple times over, whether for good or bad. It's based on a book called Passion of the Christ. I've never heard of that.
All right, I gotta hop off the stream. I just came in to say hi and chat for a bit, but I do have to hop off. So I will see you
Well, see you
around.
later, Max. Have a good night. Don't kill nobody. Say your
Thank you.
prayers.
You too.
It was a nun's interpretation of the last hours of Jesus. Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. You know, it's interesting. Christopher Hitchens, who, if you don't know who that is, he's a very famous atheist. He died a few years back. He wrote a book it was only 100 pages long, 100-ish pages long. Basically just bashing Mother Teresa. Like, who does that? I get if you're critical of religion, but you're really gonna write a whole book about why Mother Teresa is not a good person? I don't know. We'll just see. It only a privileged person like Christopher Hitchens could say something like that. Because I guarantee the people that she helped are not saying that. I know. But it's only because she's a religious person. You take the religion out of it, he would praise her from. If she was a secular humanist, she would have been praised from the stars and back. Just because she's a nun, that's where the problem lies. Because they're always talking about atheists are always talking about how bad religious people can be. Yet when religious people are good, they do things like that. They don't want religious people to be good. That's the thing. Because if we were good, which we are, most of us are, then they would have no argument. At least in that case. His argument was more that she should have. Yeah, I mean, I have not read I have not read the book. I know the hospice stuff more. I'm sure she's not perfect, but I mean, really, I mean, of course she's not perfect. She's done things that are not right. Not maybe not right, but not perfect. But I don't think criticizing maybe one thing she did wrong makes everything else null and void. But I will say I've not read the book, so I can't really comment on what the contents of the book. But also, Jedi Prince, the acronym they came up with for Intelligence Network of the New Republic is literally called SPIN. I love the first time I read it. And Jedi Prince for you. I've not read Jedi Prince. I have the Barnes and Noble editions, but I have not read them. Eventually, I'll read them though. They won't take me very long. Speaking of Jedi Prince, back to Empire at War. Al, Grand Moff Hissa is actually in that book. Should probably read Jedi Prince. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Jedi Prince my collection one day. Yeah, I just happened to see it in a store. I went ahead and bought it. They were a couple bucks each. The first is because the Barnes and Noble edition of those books, the books are just called Star Wars, like Star Wars Book One and Star Wars Book Two. But they have the covers of the books of the like the paperback books, which I don't have any of those. I don't think I need them though. But I have each individual edition of Young Jedi Knights. I do have that, and Junior Jedi Knights. Almost done with my Jedi Apprentice and Jedi Quest collection. I have all of Last of the Jedi. Yes, it's just two hardcovers. I have all of Last of the Jedi. Um, I don't know what else to talk about. I do have a few of the mission books written by who wrote those? I think Ryder Wenham wrote them. Yeah, I do have some of those. In fact, I can show you them. I'll show you the first one that I have. I'm not gonna look very nice, but hey, there's me. Uh, books right there, obviously. There's one of the mission books. They're really nice. I wish I don't have all of them. Not even close. There's a bunch of them, but I don't. I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Eight of them. So they're really nice. Nice books. I also, if y'all want to see the Jedi Prince hardcovers here, there's book one, and then there's book two. So make the covers have the actual like this one has the glove of Darth Vader, Lost City of the Jedi, and Zorba the Hutt's Revenge. So, what's your never been able to find physical copies of Jedi Jedi Knights or Jedi Knights before? Only got ebook copies of those particular. I found a bunch of them and I have price books, and then I bought Junior Jedi Knights online, and then I bought the rest of Young Jedi. I have to buy them online. You're not gonna find them in a store. Which number one most wanted EU piece currently, Lance? Ooh, ah, I have a bunch of them. I have a bunch of things I want. Number one, I don't have a number one, but probably Clone Wars Gambit Siege because that'll be the last book I need in order to finish off my collection. Um, I would like to buy the rest of the Republic comics. The rest, I have no KOTOR comics at all, so I need to buy some of those. Um, gosh, I don't know. Really, just comics, man. Because I don't have a whole lot of comics. I have a few, but I don't really have a whole bunch of them. Um, eventually one day I want to rid my collection of Legends books. So the only books in my collection that have Legends banners are Lost Tribe of the Sith, Revan, Annihilation, No Prisoners, and I'm not counting comics. Uh, Razor's Edge, Planet of Twilight, Force Heretic 3, Darkness Trilogy, Cross Current Riptide, Millennium Falcon, and that's it. All my other books are in a non-Legends print edition. Are you gonna go for the Marvel reprints, or do you prefer the Dark Horse versions? I prefer the Dark Horse versions for sure. In fact, most of my comics are Dark Horse trades. However, there have been some I understand I'm not gonna be able to find the or the Dark Horse versions. Like my Dark Empire, I have that. I have the Epic Collection for that one. The X-Wing comics, I have an Epic Collection for. Legacy Volume 2, I have an Epic Collection for. Um, However, I have a complete set of Tales of the Jedi stuff I've up to the Sith War. No. I've up to the Sith War except Freedom Nat Uprising and Redemption, at least in trades. However, I have Tales of Jedi Omnibus Volume 2, which does have Freedom Nat Uprising and Redemption. And then it also has Dark Lords of the Sith and the Sith War, which I do have those in a trade paperback edition. Basically, I'm saying is I have an entire collection of Tales of Jedi without the Epic Collection, which I'm really really happy about. I need a ooh. I can answer your question now. Dawn of the Jedi comics. They're so expensive. I can't find them anywhere without them being expensive. So I'm probably just gonna have to hunt down the Epic Collection that came out a few years back because I can't. The trades I can find them, but they're expensive. Honestly, give Marvel some credit. Something I loathe doing. There's some quite decent. Yeah, the Epic collections are really nice. I just prefer the trades. I think they're nicer. I think the covers are better. They don't have a Legends banner. They're just nicer to have. I'd rather have them. I actually have Crimson Empire 1 and 2's trades. I don't have Crimson Empire 3's trade. But I feel like I'm gonna just have to pony up the money and buy an Epic collection because I can't find Crimson Empire 3 anywhere else. I have the first 4 volumes of the Clone Wars Republic comics. So these comics, I have the first 4. I think there's about 9 or 10 in the set. So I have the first 4, so I'm about halfway done collecting those. I can't wait to have a full set of them. They're gonna look real nice on the shelf. Um, I don't have any other. I have all my Boba Fett, the Boba Fett young adult stuff. Um, I have a full set of these ones right here. This is book 1. So I have all 6 of these. I can't wait to read these. I feel like these are going to be really good. Though I've heard some bad things about these books. Can't wait to read them. I have when the book of Boba Fett was coming out, they actually reprinted Blood Ties, which is a Jango Fett and a Boba Fett story. So I do have that epic collect. It's not really an epic collection. It's just a trade paperback. It has Star Wars Blood Ties 1 to 4, Star Wars Blood Ties Boba Fett is Dead 1 to 4, Star Wars Empire number 7 and 28, Star Wars Boba Fett number 1 half, I guess. Boba Fett Twin Engines of Destruction, which I actually have that single issue. It's back there. In fact, my room is a mess. Sorry about that. Star Wars Boba Fett Agent of Doom, and material from Star Wars Tales number 7. So this has a bunch of Boba Fett stuff in it, basically. So there's Jango Fett stories in here. There's Boba Fett stories. I guess that's it. So I can't wait to read this. I bet this is going to be really good. It has a Twin Engines of Destruction in this too, which is a really cool little comic. At least I thought it was cool. I mean, Jodo Cass is in it, so has to be cool. Boba Fett Agent of Doom, which I've not read that, but that's fun. Anyway. Now, I would say probably my most prized comic. It's not very prized, but for me it is. In my collection, it is. If I can get it out here. This one, Jango Fett Open Seasons. This is expensive now. So this is pretty expensive. This is a really good series too. I think this was a companion to the Bounty Hunter game, if I'm not mistaken. It's written by Hayden Blackman. So he wrote a lot of these single miniseries in the prequel era. He wrote the Darth Vader ones. He wrote I don't know what other ones he wrote. Speaking of which, now the Darth Vader, I only have two of them. I think there's 4 or 5 of these miniseries, but these right here, these are really good stories, but these are one of the very few trades actually released in hardback. Now my theory is this: Darth Vader's on the cover, and it's a hardback. You make more money that way. So that's my theory. Could be completely wrong. But these are a nice stories. I've read both of these. They're really nice. They're really nice trades too. Anyway, I'm turning my camera off because y'all don't want to see me no more. I have physical copies of Legacy Volumes 2, 811, as well as a Volume 3, honestly, original markers. I have physical. Okay, for Legacy, I have the trades. I have every single trade paperback for the Legacy comics except volumes 10 and 11. I'm still looking for them. Because I love the Legacy trades. Legacy is also post Jedi. That's my area of expertise, you could say. So I have to have them in a physical copy. I can read prequel stuff online, but post Jedi I have to have. And then I have the Volume 1 Marvel Omnibus, which is the Dark Horse Omnibus for the Marvel comics, the first volume. I have that. I have all the Old Republic comics. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and head off as well. It's been a fun stream, but I got some stuff to do before I head to bed, so I have to get up in the morning. Gotta go to church. So, thank you all for joining. Al, Anonymous Gamer, Iron Inquisitor, and whoever else is watching. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate you guys. I'll be streaming more. Hopefully, have some more videos out. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know what I'm gonna make videos about, but yeah, I'll be seeing you guys soon. Al, if you want to get on Discord, get into the voice chat on my server, and I can show you through Empire War if you want. So, anyway, y'all have a good night.